Zero Caliber 2 released in August last year for MetaQuest 2, 3 and 3S. It was a wham bam, thank you ma'am, Call of Duty experience in virtual reality. Zero Caliber 2 Remastered is a ground up reimagining of the game, but with everything turned up to 11. The graphics have been overhauled, the gameplay has been tweaked, the enemies have been back to tactical school, and now there are more of them on screen at once, which ramps up the intensity of the firefights. So, is Zero Caliber 2 Remastered worth revisiting, or if you haven't played it yet, is it worth picking up? Let's get straight into it then, and remember, we're born to respawn. The story. In the future, water is life. The Earth's water supply has been poisoned by microplastics, and fresh water is the new currency of nations. The crazed cult of Tlaloc, the Aztec god of rain, are defeated. You killed the cult leader in a fearsome shootout at the end of Zero Caliber. But it is time to leave your war weariness behind, suit up, grab a weapon, because a new threat has arisen from the ashes of the defeated cult. Suddenly, you are betrayed by Dahlia, one of the OSA's most trusted agents. The world is on the brink again, and you must now begin a desperate fight for survival of humanity as the fearsome shadow of Tlaloc rises again. Graphics. The first thing you will notice when firing up the game for the first time is that even though it resembles the Quest version, the visual overhaul is substantial and very impressive. The lighting is massively improved over the Quest version, which, though nice to look at, had a bright, almost cartoon colour palette. The PC version is grungier. Objects have more detail. The ground has more texture with bright open spaces shaded by trees and buildings. Interiors are darker, showing the detritus of war, and contain hidden, dangerous enemies in the shadows. Smoke swirls around the blades of a Chinook as it hovers overhead. Cars burn brightly, and pushing through the smoke will temporarily blind you from enemies on the other side. All the weapons now look stunning, with a huge visual upgrade over the meta version, which was no slouch in itself. The simple attachment system has been ported over intact, but everything just looks cleaner, crisper, and more detailed. Guns flash realistically, tracer flicks across the screen, and rockets impact with devastating ferocity. Explosions are greatly enhanced, great gouts of flame and smoke billow, and your screen shakes to great effect, leaving a bloody smear across your eyes. Enemies look fantastic and are very aggressive, especially on the harder difficulties, and there are now a ton more of them, really pushing the limits of how many bad guys you can get on screen all at once. Ragdoll effects are now more brutal, and chucking a grenade into the midst of Tlaloc soldiers results in them being flung about to great comedy effect. When you shotgun someone at close range, they are smashed backwards in a cloud of blood. Headshots result in your foe dropping to the ground like a puppet whose strings have been suddenly sliced. It is quite satisfying, but also a little disturbing. This remaster is a massive leap over the Quest version and utilises the power of your PC to really enhance the experience. The audio. This game is loud. You will spend most of your time in gunfights with Tlaloc soldiers, clearing buildings with flashbangs and shotguns, hulking tanks bearing down on you in suburban streets, helicopters flying overhead with Humvees firing 50 caliber rounds like confetti, while you spray gunfire and lob grenades at lurking enemies. The opening scene of Richwood Airfield is like a sequence from a Michael Bay film. Giant planes smashing into helicopters, jeeps scattered like they're made of paper as explosions bloom, great gouts of flame erupt, and you are flung headlong into a desperate fight for the key airfield. It sounds awesome, and the music backs it all up nicely. What isn't so good is the cutscenes with laboured dialogue and macho speeches. The voice acting is okay, but it is smothered in a layer of military jingoism and cheesy one-liners. Not Zero Caliber 2's highlight, but they are few and far between, so I guess that is a bonus. The gameplay. Zero Caliber 2 Remastered does exactly what it says on the tin. It takes the manic gunplay of the Quest version, overlays it with a beautiful graphical interface, then chucks in smarter, more numerous enemies for a frantic first-person shooter experience. The guns all look great, and there are a lot of them. The attachment system is simplicity itself. You have custom skins, unlockable items as you level up, character customization, various difficulty levels, and a ton of comfort tweaks to suit your style of play. It is brash, frenetic, brainless fun that will suck away hours of your time as you push on through just one more level. Plus, the whole game can be played cooperatively with up to 3 buddies, so if you are lucky enough to have 3 like-minded friends, unlike me, bang the difficulty up to the maximum and you will have a ton of fun. There is also a full suite of PvP game modes and arenas, but unfortunately the servers weren't live when I looked. But the PvP in the original was great fun, so I'm guessing Xreal Games won't drop the ball here. They do have experience. Criticisms. The game is not perfect. There are some flaws that will spoil certain sections of the game for you, but luckily they are quite brief incidents in a lengthy, diverse campaign. Throw a grenade overhand and it will loop gracefully to the feet of a Talok soldier and blow him into the scenery, usually with a hilarious ragdoll effect. Try to throw a grenade underhand and it will fire off like a Saturn rocket, never to be seen again. Hopefully this will get patched out ASAP, but in the build I played, it was an annoying bug. More worryingly, there are extended vehicle mounted sections like you would see in Call of Duty, but they just don't work in VR. There are 3 settings for vehicle comfort: no rotation, so you must physically move if the vehicle turns; reduced rotation, which will move you as the vehicle rotates but felt more comfortable to me; and finally, full rotation. Now, this setting made my stomach flip, and I have iron VR legs, so if you are new to VR, avoid this setting at all costs. Some of the vehicles have a mounted 50 caliber machine gun, which are almost impossible to aim and shoot when you are moving. There is one helicopter-borne section where you are circling a Talok strong point, firing down at the enemies. Most of the time, you can't see or shoot properly because of the angle and movement of the helicopter, which is super frustrating because that section would have been epic with a better camera or a tweak of your mounted position. Plus, there is a hovercraft escape in one section which was totally broken for me. Don't know whether I got into the craft in the wrong place or whether this section is just broken, but in the end, I just shut my eyes and waited for it to finish. These are minor niggles in an otherwise well-polished and fun game though. Before we get to the conclusion, my channel is growing exponentially now, so if you have got any value from this review, please hit the like button, subscribe, and consider joining my channel membership for extra perks and giveaways. Thanks. Conclusion. Zero Caliber 2 Remastered on PC VR knows what it is and goes about its business with a brash confidence. It is loud, proud, no holds barred, old school first-person shooter with glorious visuals, great gunplay, and diverse levels to keep you interested. It has a few flaws, and the grenade bug is annoying, but knowing the devs at Xreal Games and how hard they work to perfect the gameplay, these issues will be sorted quickly. Also, due to the complexity of the remaster, Zero Caliber 2 on PC is a totally separate game from the meta platform, so there is currently no crossplay planned. I had a lot of fun with this game. I was playing on my new RTX 5090 equipped PC with the graphics ramped up to Ultra, and it looked glorious. However, I also played it on my second PC, which I use for video editing, and it still looked glorious and ran beautifully. If you enjoyed the original Zero Caliber on PC, you will love this remastered edition. If you played Zero Caliber 2 on Quest, you will be blown away how impressive this looks, how many enemies the game can stuff onto the screen at once, and the brutal new ragdoll system. As always though, what do you think? Have you played any of the Zero Caliber games on any platform? Do the new graphics float your boat? Are frenetic first-person shooters not your thing? You know the drill. Get involved and comment down below. Well, that's it for today. If you enjoyed this content, please hit the like button. The algorithm loves the likes. If you love this content, please join my channel membership like these lovely people did. You get custom badges, emojis, and early access to most of my content. If you want to watch more content from me, please click here or here. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the other side.